Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome back. We had a good weekend off without having to think about this after everything that happened last week. But here we are. We back. Day 6. Witness testimony and all that of the Diddy, Rico, racketeering, everything trial. So as we know, last Friday, we left off with Don Richards, who was a part of Dirty Money and Danity Kane. They brought up a lot of things about, some of the working conditions and, some of the things that happened to Cassie. So we're going to start off with Don today, but then we're going to get into uh, Kerry Morgan, who was Cassie's best friend throughout this whole meeting Diddy thing, all the way up until they stopped being friends. And then we're also going to run into one of his assistants, Mr. James, so who worked very closely with Diddy. And with that being said, he saw a lot of things. So this is the official start. And just please make sure you like and subscribe on YouTube. If you want to catch it later on, if you can't watch it live, you can always obviously come back to Twitter and watch. But also, please just make sure that you like and subscribe to the channel, Unico Williams on YouTube. I got y'all the whole trial, along with other entertainment news and movie reviews. Mission Impossible coming out this weekend. I got y'all on that. So is Finding, not Finding Nemo, Lilo and Stitch. So that being said, let's begin Rat Week. So this is what I do. I read over what happened in the court and I act it out and for as best as I can. And I make sure that you know who I am when I'm speaking. So I'll be the judge. I'll be the witness. Objection. I'll be the attorney. And I'll also be the attorney. So you'll know who I am. So today we started off with, the judge called everybody in, all rise. On the defenses. Oh, also shout out to Inner City Press, who is on top of this, and that's why we have these transcripts of what happened during this trial. So court ended at 3:00 today, so that's why I'm able to get on here and get right to it. Also, I have listened to the trial as well, so I know what's going on. I know the characters, but I'm just reading it off of here, and I'll give you any. Make sure you comment if you have a question while I'm doing this, because I'll be more than happy to answer it for you. So first and foremost, the judge is like, on the defense's application with regard to Don Richard, Mr. Garagos' opening statement opened the door to this testimony. As to Mr. James, the testimony would be inadmissible, absent. And so the feds are like, as I argued in my letter, now note, Judge Subramanian just ruled orally on letters that are not in the docket, although they are clearly judicial documents. So the judge is like, the same brand of testimony that was objected to on Friday. Does the government expect Miss Richard to say what she heard and saw? Feds, yes. That would be permissible, just like the testimony in the recording studio. Feds, personal assistants were there with Mr. Combs 20 hours a day. Their testimony is admissible. My concern is that there are other ways to get this evidence in. What Mr. James would add is just the postscript. Diddy's defense. On the David James issue, this defeats the whole purpose of this hearsay objection. The government is arguing that it's all admissible because the job descriptions are so vague. We contend these are personal matters. Let me focus on the assault on the chef. Mr. James learns from a member of the security detail that Mr. Combs assaulted the chef. Wouldn't that be in the scope of their employment? Defense. I don't know what relevance this has to racketeering. What's a chef got to do with racketeering? We'll figure out how the government paints the picture. This is becoming sort of a bad act free-for-all. Assault, just not one of the racketeering acts. This is relevant to the means and methods of the enterprise. The chef is identified as a victim of forced labor. The chef, a victim of forced labor for a billionaire? Interesting development. Defense. I'm going to defer to Miss Westmoreland on the other witness. Now this is the sister girl that's on Diddy's team. She says, Mr. Richard claims that Mr. Combs assaulted Miss Ventura right in front of her. The other alleged threats are nowhere near in close proximity to an alleged assault. We have to distinguish between the Danity Kane and the Diddy Dirty Money eras. And Mr. Pierre telling her, where are you going to go? I don't see how that could be construed as a threat. Let me think about it. We have an application from the press that emails be put in the record. I am directing you to put them together and put them in the docket by next Tuesday. And after that, on a weekly basis, Inner City Press is like, all right, but a week late? Dang. So we ain't going to get to see these emails until later. And then Inner City Press, they're filing challenging the judicial documents not going into the docket at all. Now they will, but it's been a week delay on this. So I guess they're trying to keep us a week delayed from what's actually going on in the trial. So we can't actually read the emails yet. So we'll read the emails from week 1 next week, which will be the 3rd week of witness testimony. All right. Jury enters. Starting off with the feds, the government. Don Richards is back on the stand. When Mr. Combs told you people could go missing, how did you interpret it? That people would die. I couldn't believe that this could be the beginning of a journey for us. As Diddy Dirty Money? Yes. What did you observe? He would drag her and kick her and punch her in the mouth. What would prompt these acts of violence? Objection. Overruled. When she would speak up for herself? Who in security witnessed these things? D-Rock and Bonds? Where did Miss Ventura get hit? Her knees, her face, all over. Did there come a time when you were in New York for a festival? Yes, in Central Park. In the residence, what happened? He punched Cassie. She came into the bathroom crying. You could see she was upset, like she was hurt. Objection. Sustained. What injuries did you observe? Swollen eye. Why'd you remain with Miss Ventura after this incident? I wanted her to feel supported. What's this? The Central Park event. It's a photo of Cassie in sunglasses and Don Richards too. Why did you wear them? Solidarity. The next assault. Who was there? D-Rock, Capricorn Clark, Harv Pierre. Who was Mr. Pierre at Bad Boy? Answering to Sean Combs. Did they do anything? In regards to assaults, none of us did anything. When we drove back to LA, he slapped Cassie in the mouth and told her to shut the fuck up. How did the passengers respond? We stayed silent the rest of the ride. Diddy had them shook. I asked myself, if he did that to someone he supposedly loved, what would he do to an employee? So I'd approach Mr. Combs with softness. Did you try to intervene in the relationship? No, for my own safety. Did you see Mr. Combs using drugs? Yes. Weed, ketamine, Molly, cocaine, opiates? That I never saw. Who brought him the drugs? Here's a name to key in on, y'all. One Stop. He had it all, including Plan B birth control. This is One Stop. He got all the drugs you need, and I even got the Plan B for you if you need it. That's One Stop. Come on, man. Hey, that's a hell of a nickname, ain't it? Did you see Mr. Combs with guns? Yes, handguns on his lower back. Who also had guns? Security, D-Rock, and Bonds. What did you do after Bad Boy? Sing. Whenever I got momentum, I get a FaceTime from him. How would you speak to him? Very soft. I'd always call him bro. Why did you not disclose the abuse you'd seen? I was told not to by Mr. Combs and Harv Pierre. When did you speak out? 2024. I saw Miss Ventura take the stand and tell the truth. Objection. Sustained. Did you see Miss Ventura file a civil lawsuit and then file your own? Yes. So they rephrased the same thing. They objected to that. So the judge is like, cross. So now Miss Westmoreland, sister girl, on Diddy's defense. You are aware there's a motion to dismiss your lawsuit? I have civil lawyers. You sat with the prosecutors and your allegations have changed? I've been consistent. You testified he attempted to hit her about the eggs and Miss Ventura dropped down in a fetal position, right? Yes. Did you ever say you heard a pan hit the wall? You didn't see it? I don't recall. Would you agree with me it has been hard for you to keep your story straight with respect to the egg incident? I told it as close as I could. The day after, you say Mr. Combs said people go missing? Yes. Let's go to your interview on March 18, 2025. You did not say anything about Mr. Combs told you people go missing. I don't recall that. No worries. I'm going to show you a document for the parties only. Page 5. Isn't it true the first time you said this was a week ago? Would you like me to show you your previous interviews? I know what I said. You said Mr. Combs made a death threat, one that you didn't recall 7 times? Let's move to alleged incident before the Central Park concert. You are aware there was a camera crew. Not in the bathroom. You were filmed in the park. Are you aware if the video has been turned over? No. Now, mind you, in this line of questioning, what's happening is the defense is trying to they're trying to instill doubt. Like this is not a reliable witness. They're trying to instill doubt because it has to be without a reasonable doubt. Remember, that's what a trial is all about. With reasonable doubt or without it. You know what I mean? So that's what they're trying to do right now. Is they're trying to, I don't know, man. Her testimony is pretty sketchy. The defense is actually fighting back a little bit today, playing a little offense. About the guns, you didn't tell the prosecutors about. I saw guns at Diddy's house. They didn't ask, or at Daddy's house. That's the name of his recording studio, I believe, in Miami. They didn't ask. You never saw Mr. Combs pull a gun out and wave it around, load bullets or cock it? He just had it. Touche, defense. Did you tell the government you never saw Mr. Combs do cocaine? I don't recall. Your testimony has changed on quite a few things. As time progressed, I remembered more. You saw one stop, sell drugs. You saw him take money? Yes. All right, 1 second. Didn't you tell the government you never saw anyone pay him? So you lied, right? No. So the judge asked for a sidebar. They come back from the sidebar. Defense. It was you who reached out to Mr. Combs to work with him again. Yes. But he had threatened you, right? You asked him to work with you again? Yes. Okay. Ooh, okay. Y'all trying to cook a little bit. They trying to cook. The fish trying to cook a little bit. The songs you released on your own have not reached the level of what you released with Danity Kane and Diddy Dirty Money, right? True. And you reach out to Mr. Combs to try to make more money, right? Yes. All right. So the attorney general's like, all right, well, let's get another sidebar. And it's not short. We're wondering what the legal arguments are to the judge. And so we're not going to know what those documents are until next week. So we'll figure it out. There's going to be some ebooks that come out about this. I'm definitely going to support Inner City Press so we can have all this information. I definitely can't wait. Inner City Press on Twitter. Make sure y'all like and subscribe and follow them on Twitter for sure. So we back from a long sidebar. So we on redirect. So the government's back at it. Why did you file your lawsuit? Your civil lawsuit? When I worked for Sean Combs, I had no sleep. The conditions in every meeting with the government. Did you say that Mr. Combs beat Miss Ventura? Yes. Why'd you reach out to Mr. Combs? One of the one of the judges on Making the Band, Lorianne Gibson. I wanted to reach out. Objection. Sustained. How often would you hear from Mr. Combs after you left Diddy Dirty Money? Sporadic. Why did you reach out? To help Kalina Harper. Kalina Harper. Interesting. No further questions from the government, but let's get back to Diddy's defense. May we have a brief conference at the bench? Another sidebar, y'all. So now we back on recross, meaning that the defense is recrossing the government's witness. You admit you reached out to Mr. Combs to re-engage, you claim, only to have a relationship with Lorianne Gibson. But if it got back together, you'd have to see Mr. Combs more, right? Yes. You sued for money, right? For justice. But the suit asked for money, right? Yes. No further questions. Judge asked the government if they had want to redirect. So they took a break. Jury comes back. We're back to the government. The government calls Kerry Morgan. Now, Kerry Morgan was Cassie's best friend. Then they had a little bit of a bump in the road, but they were very good friends. And let's hear her testimony, starting with the government asking their questions. Where do you live? Los Angeles. Who is this? A photo is shown. Cassie Ventura. What was your relationship? We were best friends. Her boyfriend assaulted me. Oh, right. Jump right into it, Miss Kerry. She is of the light skin variety, not of the naturally tan variety, if you catch my drift. Blonde hair, that. Wink, wink. Do you see him here? Yes, there, in the yellow sweater. Pointed at talking about Diddy. That's what he's wearing today. Yellow sweater. Let the record reflect the witness had identified defendant Sean Combs. Why are you here? I got a subpoena. Where did you live with Cassie? Manhattan. Did Cassie drink? Not much. Any drugs? None. What was she doing for work? Modeling. Then she recorded me and you. So, what the government's trying to do right now is say she never did any of the drugs, nor did she drink or anything. They're trying to establish that she didn't do none of this stuff until she met Diddy. So, started dating Diddy. So just keep that in the back of your mind as you draw your conclusions and how you feel. Because it's about facts, y'all. It's not about cap. It's about facts. So when did you learn they were dating? 2007. Did you travel with Cassie and Mr. Combs? Yes. Ibiza, Miami. What drugs did Mr. Combs provide? Molly, marijuana, ecstasy. Which did Mr. Combs take? All. Did you take drugs alone with Cassie? Opiates. How did Mr. Combs act? He would yell at Cassie. She lost her confidence big time. Lost her spark. Did Mr. Combs talk down to Cassie? Yes, about her looks, who she talked to. Did he contact you looking for her? A lot. Sometimes he would call 50 times in a row. Would others call you for him? Yes. Christina Karam, KK, big time assistant. Did you witness assaults? Yes. First in the Hollywood Hills. Ruben, one of his security guards, was there. What did Mr. Combs do to Cassie? He kicked her. What did she do? Nothing. I told Ruben to do something. He indicated that he wouldn't. Then what? We left the house. Cassie and I were hiding by someone's front steps. And the next time? In Jamaica, I saw him drag her by her hair. I ran back to get my purse and phone so we could leave. What did you see next? I thought she was knocked out. Then she got up and ran into a wooded area. What happened next? There were 2 golf carts in the driveway. I got in one. and Sean got in the other. We went in different directions looking for Cassie. Did you find her? Yes. Then we hid in a ditch, whispering. What about the incident at Comstock's apartment? Cassie came back with a hoodie covering her face. Then Sean came and tried to get in, hitting the door with a hammer. I called D-Rock. Did he get in? No. Then the police came. What happened? Cassie wouldn't show them her ID. Nothing happened. They left a card. Read this message. Did you send this attachment? Yes. A photo of the card the detective left. Did Mr. Combs ever assault you? Yes. He hit me with a wood coat hanger and choked me. He just hitting everybody. It's not just about Cassie. He appears to be beating on everybody. Where did the hanger hit you? Behind the ear. What did he express concern about? Who Cassie was cheating on him with. Why did you speak? Who did you speak to about it? Ryan, Sean's old assistant. What did he do? Nothing. She shrugged. I haven't spoken to Cassie. I have not spoken with Cassie since. So they stopped being friends after Diddy assaulted her allegedly. And nothing happened. So they stopped being friends. So judge gave him a break. So the jury's out for lunch, but the arguments they continue. So the judge is like, what's your best citation to try to get this evidence in? They name off some stuff. I'll look at them and we'll come back. Defense is like, I haven't seen this before. You all need to get something to eat. Break. So they're back from a brief lunch, actually. If I let this in, Miss Ventura could be recalled as a witness. Government, I doubt that we would call her. The defense could call her back to the stand. I doubt that she would be available. The evidence is out. So let's not forget, y'all. Cassie's very, very, very much pregnant. She could go at any time. So if she gets recalled as a witness or anything, there could be a mistrial. But let's not forget, they just gonna run it back. The evidence is out. I anticipate Mr. David James will be the next witness. How is he relevant? Feds. As to the means and methods of the enterprise, they're trying to work on this RICO. Mr. Combs threatening to assault employees. So threatening coercion to make him do what he wants them to do, and they're his employees. They work for him. While waiting for the jury to come back, here is court art of Combs, Georgia lawyer. This is our lawyer, Nicole Westmoreland, as she cross-examined Don Richard this morning. Shout out to Inner City Press artist Elizabeth Williams. Jury enters. Government's like, no further questions for Miss Morgan. Cross. Defense is back. You were Miss Ventura's best friend since 2004? Actually, 2007. We met waiting for the Polaroids to develop. I was living in Buffalo and she was in Connecticut. Then you were both in NYC? I stayed downtown. She moved to Harlem. Have you ever met Miss Kim Porter? Yes, probably at a concert. Was Cassie ever jealous? Yes. And the other way? Cassie was speaking with Michael B. Jordan and Sean got jealous. She was trying to leave him. You were both using drugs? No, we were in South Africa. I guess they don't play that in South Africa. Did you learn about Gina? Yes. He was having a full-on relationship with this little girl. Why do you call her that? She acts like that. She's younger than us. When you say Sean came and hammered on the door, why did the police come? They said because of the noise. What did they say to you? Special guest Gotti Williams in the house. What did they say to you? Cassie was visibly injured, but she didn't say anything. You two were best friends for 18 years, but now you haven't spoken with her since 2018? That's true. At the danger of being Captain Obvious, that's a long time. Ha 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 ha. She's moved on. Objection. Why haven't you spoken with her? She did not support me after Sean assaulted me. I draw the line at assault. You reached a settlement with Miss Ventura? The money came from Mr. Combs. So the defense shows Kerry Morgan photos and then asks, do you know if Louise Hayes is a self-help author about self-affirmation? Yes. Why did you send him this with words of encouragement? I don't remember sending it. Okay. I want to show you a few more photos, but first let's talk about the incident when he put his hands on your neck. Were you and Cassie using any drugs at the time? No. What did he say? He said, who is she cheating with? You went to an urgent care and not the hospital? Right. But you told the prosecutors it was that your nose was bloody and you went to the hospital. I don't remember that. Look at this. 3,500 material, not shown to jury. Sorry, tiny shorts on today. Very hot. I see that I said that. Now, cross-examination, so the government's back on the line. Do you remember Mr. Agnifilo asking you about an incident in LA? Objection. Overruled. And he hit her, like in Jamaica, arguing about jealousy. What happened in Jamaica? He dragged Cassie by her hair, a 50-yard hallway. Was he talking about jealousy? No, he said she spent too long in the bathroom. Man, that boy dragged her by the hair. I ain't gonna lie, man. Them girls be spending a lot of time in the bathroom, and I get it, but it ain't never worth that, dog. Nothing further. Any recross? Now, defense. No, I'm sorry. It's no. Sorry, no. So now we bring in David James. David James is somebody that works closely with Diddy, makes the drinks for him. You've seen him in a couple of Diddy's videos. So let's bring him in. Defense brings him in. Why are you here? I've been subpoenaed. Were you Combs' personal assistant from 2007 to 2009? Who is that in this photo? That is David James. That is yourself. Yes. They're asking basically how they got it. Basically, how I got the job. I went to college in Michigan. Later, I faxed my resume to a bad boy. Where was the interview? 1710 Broadway. Who'd you meet? Tommy, his sister Keisha, and others. How did they test you? They gave me 40 appointments and asked me to make a schedule. You had to know, for example, what time a particular show on Hot 97 came on. What did Mr. Combs ask you? To make a spreadsheet for Miami. I said, I know his food and restaurant preferences. He asked me why I'd make a good assistant. I said, can't stop, won't stop. I got the job. Did he have others? Mr. Robles, Mr. Barber, others. What would you do as an assistant? Bad boy to 5, then out to dinner, then to the studio to 3 a.m. We get a call time at the end of the night. Did you travel with Mr. Combs as well? Yes. Who were the security staff? D-Rock, Bonds, Uncle Polly. Again, this is Rat Week. Inner Circle, telling what they saw. You work 20 hours a day? Yes. Security did too. Man, that boy was hyped up off that Molly, that X, all that, man, that and coke. Yeah, you working 20-hour days if you was assistant because he going. What does security staff tell you? To stay in my lane. Who said that? Bond, Uncle Polly. Focusing on his personal chef. Who is this? Chef Jordan. Talking about Jordan Atkinson. Did Mr. Combs have girlfriends then? This is Rat Week, Kim Porter, Sarah, Tara, Yana, and Cassie. What was your first conversation with Cassie? We were on Star Island in Miami. Kerry Morgan was there too. Cassie said, "This lifestyle is crazy." I asked her, "Why don't you leave?" She said, "Sean controls my life, my music. He pays for my apartment." Now I can understand where people are trying to go left and right between this, her livelihood. That's I can understand why people might be like she was in it for the money and the lifestyle. So I can understand why people are saying these things, but they're trying to build they're trying to build a case as to bribery and coercion and fear and intimidation. We'll see where it goes with this. Uh Next conversation. It was about our music, but the album never came out. So you ever heard a conversation? Yes. Mr. Combs said, "Kim is my queen. Out in LA with my family." He said, "I have Cassie right where I want her. She's young and moldable." Has anybody ever said grooming? Your Honor, how much longer do you want to go? This would be a good place to break. I mean, they said, "You know what? Judge, are you cool with breaking?" So, Judge said, "We will break for the day, but there's a little bit more." Defense came, MDC Brooklyn makes us and VCT calls at 6 p.m. We need more. Ending at 3 p.m. helps. If you can extend it, they said put a letter on the docket. And that's the trial, man. I mean, that's today. That ends day. So now the inner circle's coming up about to tell us everything that they know. That's what's happening right now. Now, tomorrow, what we have to see, tomorrow, again, this is the start of week 2 of an 8-week trial, it appears. It looks like tomorrow we are to expect another male escort, if not the same male escort, a former personal chef for Diddy, and Regina Ventura, Cassie's mom. That's what we're to expect tomorrow. So that's what we got for today. This Diddy trial, day 6. And I ain't talking about the boy band. So that's what it is. So, man, make sure that y'all like and subscribe. I got y'all every day. Y'all like and subscribe. I'm going to read what they transcribe. Do you hear me? And we'll talk about it. Any questions y'all got, leave comments, anything like that. Any questions that you may have, or if you just want to just talk about it, I'll address them on the next episode. We'll have a question and answer period. Whatever you want to do, we can do that because I'm here for you. I'm here for the people. It is your boy, Unico Williams. So thank you for tuning into another episode of Do You Hear Me with Unico Williams, special Diddy trial. I holla. Thanks for watching. Make sure you follow me on all my social media platforms. Don't forget, every Thursday, the full podcast is on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and mama, I'm on Spotify. Overall 99 ENT bring you videos from Friday all the way to Friday. So be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. We appreciate it. Again, thank you so much.